Hey guys, Jaws the Shark Reviews here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe class, Quake. So here he is in his tank mode. Now before we take a look at Quake himself, let's take a look at the packaging. So here it is. And yeah, you may notice that the name section on the box is longer, and that's because not only does it have Quake's name, but also has the two target masters he comes with, and that is Heater and Tip Top. I'm not sure which one is which, but probably say in the back of the box. But anyways, yeah, here's some cool artwork of Quake in his tank mode, and you got the two target masters. Unfortunately, they're not this flexible in their robot modes, but yeah, he's a deluxe class, as I already said. And this up here. On this side, you get the robot mode artwork, and there's that. On this side, you get half of the main art for Legacy United. And on the back, okay, yeah, good. It does identify which one is which. So yeah, 24 steps convert. Here's something you could do with Tip Top and Heater. And of course there's them being held like normal guns. And yeah, I got all this right down here. Here's the bottom of the box, and that is pretty much it for the packaging. So yeah, let's come right back in here. And yeah, this is only my, I think, second Quake figure, although it's now my only Quake figure because I did own the Titans Return one. I think I found it. You know, I forgot how I found it actually. I forgot if I either found it like in Ollie's or something, or if I got Walmart. I'm not sure, but yeah, I used to have it up until last summer. It was only a few days after they announced this one. You know, I'm like, wow, this one looks a lot better. I'm like, you know what? Let me just sell off my Titans Return one. So, unfortunately, I don't have that one anymore to compare with, but I still do have Hardhead. Which is the same mold as Quake. Quake was retooled from that Hardhead. So we can still kind of compare, you know, the sizes between the two molds. But aside from that, I don't think I've owned any other Quakes. Not the I wasn't alive to get the original one from G1, and I don't even know if there's any other mainline Quakes outside of G1, Titans Return, and Legacy United. But anyways, let's take a close-up look here at the tank, and it's nothing phenomenal. You know, there's not too much paint or anything. I mean, there's paint, obviously. You know, like I think the red here is painted, yeah, and the gray is the plastic. And of course, you know, I got the cannon here painted in black, except for the tip, which you can put a blast effect on. But aside from that, you know, not really a whole lot here, so it's meh. I mean, even the design for the tank is kind of meh, but you know, it's more G1 accurate. I will give it that. But honestly, you know, the one the Titans Return tank definitely looked cooler because it's more modern looking, I suppose, or I don't know. It just looked cooler. But here's the bottom. You can actually see his head right there. And yeah, nothing really too exciting, you know. Not really any features except for, you know, the turret can move a bit side to side, and the cannon as well can face up and down. But that's practically it. So yeah, I just realized there's a stress mark right here, so that's a bummer. But yeah. Now for accessories, what kind of accessories? You know, you got his two target masters right here. Let me look at the box. I think this is Heater and this is Top something. Let's see. Oh, Tip Top. Okay, so yeah, Tip Top's the purple one and the blue one's Heater. So yeah, here they are right here. And I think, I'm not entirely sure, but these may be just redecos of the ones that came with Needle Nose, Legacy Evolution Needle Nose. I never got around to reviewing that figure. I think I still have the box and everything, so I could sometime this year or next year or something finally get to that figure. But I haven't checked for sure these, but they're definitely similarly engineered. I just don't know if they're the same mold. But yeah, I mean, the box art was kind of a lie. You know, it had them in sort of landing positions and everything. But here, they're just literally bricks. Like they have no movement whatsoever. The only movement they have is just their transformation into their gun modes, which I guess we'll show off now. So starting off here with heater, just blow this down. Yeah, because heater. But yeah, so you just flip this down, and there you go. Now it's a double-barreled gun, which, you know, is kind of cool. Kind of looks like a shotgun. And then here is tip top. It's the same thing. You just flip this down, and there you go. Yeah, it's so creatively engineered and everything. It hides pretty much anything. But yeah, there they are. That's the only technically the only posability they get, which is nothing, obviously. But yeah, so you can attach them right up here, and that's most likely what caused the stress marks right here, because I'm pretty sure that wasn't there when I first got this guy. But yeah, you just place them right in there, I guess gently, you know, don't force it in there, kind of like I did. Well, I didn't really force it in, honestly. I just nicely pushed it in there, and I guess it was just too much for it to handle, so that happened. But, you know, it happens to the best of us. But yeah, there you go. That's what that looks like when you attach them on the top. I think you can also attach them right to the sides here. There's these hexagons, and they will go in, I think. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I'll just take them right out for now. And yeah, so anyways, now for the alt mode size comparisons. Here is with Times Return Hardhead. I forgot if I did a review on this guy on my channel. Like, if I did, it had been years ago. I mean, like, when I first started. But yeah, the relevance here, again, is because this guy was later reused to make Quake in the same line. So yeah, now, in a way, I kind of regret selling off the Quake. I mean, I honestly should have waited until I made this review, but I mean, I was probably going to sell it off anyways, but yeah, so as you can see, yeah, this is a much cooler looking tank, and it's not as accurate for Quake here, but it still looks more awesome. But yeah, so basically Quake, you just take these colors and put on the hardhead here. That's essentially what that one looked like. Although the red and especially the blue were a lot darker, but otherwise not really much of a difference. So yeah. And you know, the other reason I wanted to get this one too, aside from it being more accurate, is that, you know, it's a more proper Quake, because, you know, they, like in Titan's Return, they practically made everyone, and I mean everyone, well, I guess except for the Legends figures, like they made them all Headmasters or Titan Masters or whatever they call them in that line, which, you know, is not a bad gimmick idea, but it gets overdone, it gets too redundant, and I think that was the problem with that line. So, you know, since then, Hasbro's had to go back and redo all these figures, just, you know, without the Titan head gimmick. So, yeah, we finally got Quake, and he's finally been redone. So, yeah, anyways, let's do his transformation. So, starting off, you just want to flip up this section here, and there's a tab right here on the cannon, and that will go into the slot right here in the center. And you just want to put that right in there. There we go. Then just swivel this around. Flip this up. And then after that, just split apart the shred sections. And they'll just untab from right here. There's a slot there, and that goes in that tab. And yeah, so then you just want to move this back right here. And then flip down. Yeah, I think we flip this down, or do we? I'm not sure. The legs are the part I forget the most. But, yeah, well, pretty sure, yeah, at least you have to bring this up. So. Oh yeah, then you just want to do the feet right here. and just move that back. There we go. Then flip out the foot, and then just basically close. You want to close this all up. So I think you move this in like that. This is the only part that I kind of forgot. I think you just want to bring it, yeah, like that, and then close this up. There's a slot right here, and this tab should go into that. And there we go. So that's one leg done. And the same thing on this side. Let's move that like this. Bring this down. Flip that around. Flip this down. Lots of flipping. Push this up. And sec. There we go. So now we got both legs done. Hooray! The next, just kind of unfold this right here at the waist, and then after that, just flip or untab the arms right here, so you can see how that all works out. Just flip them out, and then you're just going to push this down right here, as you can see, and then want to have this open again. That closed. And you're just going to fold this all around right here, and that should connect into place. Or actually, you know, I said before they had soulless, scrap that, you know, and it stays up like that. But anyways, yeah, just bring it all together, and there we go. So it should almost look complete, and that's because it is. Alright, but we are not done. We have to do the forearms, which, you know, it's a piece of cake. Just swirl around the shoulder, or the forearm, or not the forearms, the biceps right there. Almost forgot. And then just flip down the hands. And I think, once I get this out, there we go. So once I got that all done, there you guys have Quake in his very G1-y looking robot mode, and yeah, I'd say it looks pretty nice. You know, definitely an improvement over what we got back in like 2016, 17, whatever that was. And that one wasn't bad, but you know, it's cool to see Quaking his own figure. Although I should mention, I almost forgot that this guy is like a heavy retool of the Legacy Skullgrin, which I do have that figure, but you know, just like when Neil knows, I haven't gotten around to reviewing it yet. But I do have that figure, and honestly, I kind of figured, because like when I got him in the tank mode, I'm like, you know, he kind of reminds me of a bit of that Skullgrin figure. And yeah, sure enough, he kind of is, sort of. But yeah, but it works for Quake. You know, they did enough to make it feel like almost his own. So, but yeah, anyways, let's take a look at the head sculpt, and yeah, that looks really nice. I mean, yeah, the Times of Turn one didn't do too bad, but you know, because of how those all looked, it sort of hindered the design. Like, you didn't have like a whole head sculpt. It was sort of like he had the facial sculpt, and then he had the Titan legs flipping like right back behind the head, and I just didn't like it as good. Yeah. You know, paint wise, just like in tank mode, it's kind of basic, but you know, it looks a little nicer in this mode. And I think I noticed all of this is scuffed off. I'm not sure if it was like that when I got him, but yeah, here's the back. Very nice and clean. And I think you can actually remove I think that like when it comes in the package, when you take them out of the box, this is separate. I completely forgot. I opened this guy like 3 weeks ago or so. The only problem is that it looks a little too flat, you know, and he's just got like this little peg right here just sticking right out. Yeah, for once, it being too clean ain't really much of a good thing, so we'll just put that right back on there as it's supposed to be. And I will say that looks a lot nicer, and he should have his little can out there. And speaking of the back, here's this. The legs kind of look like a bit of a mess, but oh well. I mean, it kind of some sacrifices had to be made. And you know what? It all worked out pretty nicely. So, yeah. Articulation-wise, head's on the ball joint. Unfortunately, the head's a little loose in some areas. It's kind of like the case it's on my my Earthrise Optimus Prime, where it's like in one area when it looks, it's a little wibbly wobbly, but then some like other areas, like right here or something, it's all tight. Which, you know, like, yeah, you can kind of see it here. Just it's smooth, and then boop, there. And I move it to the side, then it's tight again. It's just only in the front. It's, yeah. I mean, I've had worse, like Times Return Highbrow. I mean, that, oh man, you could just say that thing's a bobblehead. But yeah, he does have head movement there. Can't look up this much, down that far. And yeah, shoulders can swivel a full 180 or 360, I guess. Biceps swivel, then at the elbow. Nothing at the wrist. That popped off. But except for like in-out movement, sorta. At least that came from the transformation. Waist does swivel. Legs can't kick up this far, back that far, and then spread outwards that far. Thighs do swivel. This kind of has these weird like piston sort of things molded in, which is kind of odd, but alright. Knees do bend, that much. Ankles do pivot, that much right there. And the feet can only rock back and forth, that much. And that is it for articulation. It's pretty basic, you know. You're not going to expect like, 86 Optimus Prime level articulation or something like that. It's just, you know, your standard deluxe, and that's honestly what I expected with this guy. He didn't look, you know, like, oh my god, this is the best thing that's ever existed. Like, it's you know, it's just what it is. But yeah, again, accessories. He has little buddies right here. I'll probably never say that again. Little buddies, but he has target masters right here. What's his name? Tip Top and here. Let me look. Did I get that right? Let's go. I got it right. So yeah. And yeah, you can just have him hanging out with them, or again, you can just flip out cannons here. You could store them in the back, but the best use of them is as his guns, because he doesn't actually come with a gun, except for, you know, this right here. I suppose you could, like, remove this back. Oh wait, no, never mind. The holes on this, the actual peg is on the back of the figure. So never mind, you can't do that. I was just thinking, I'm like, wait, or maybe you can. I don't think so, but you know, again, no need for an actual firearm, because, you know, he's got, well, two little pals here that can basically just be his firearms. So yeah. Now anyways, let's move on off to the side. Yeah, so anyways, now for the robot mode size comparisons. Here he is with Titan's Return Hardhead, so you can kind of get an idea of how the previous mainline Quake scaled. And yeah, this one's actually a bit taller. I was thinking like the opposite, because I mean he's not as broody looking, I guess you could say, as Titan's Return Hardhead / Quake, if this stays up. There you go. Yeah, so I'm not sure if the chest was any different. I think pretty much everything was the same. You know, the face was different, obviously. The colors are different, but I don't know. I think the chest may have been the same, but I could be wrong on that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the robot mode size comparisons. And there you guys have my review for the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Quake with Heater and Tip Top. Hopefully now I should start remembering their names a bit more. Probably after this review I likely won't, but we'll see. But yeah, I gotta say this is a pretty nice set, I guess you'd say, because I mean, you know, he's got technically there's two other figures in here, but you know, they're not really much of figures. There's characters, honestly. But yeah, pretty nice. You know, I mean, the Target Masters themselves. I mean, it's cool that they're in there finally, because he was a Target Master back in G1. But there's kind of a cost there. There's a bit of a catch. You know, they're just bricks. The paint. I mean, the paint on them isn't bad, but posability. It's just, yeah, there's no posability. So I mean, it could be a little bit nice if they did like what they did for the Target Masters back in Siege, you know, where they actually have ball joints and stuff. I mean, I know that'd be going over the budget a bit, but you know, if they were able to do it 5-6 years ago, I'm sure they could still do it now. But whatever. But as for Quake himself, you know, the real buying point here. He's pretty solid, you know. Tank mode, you could give or take, but the roll-up mode I think is really awesome, and yeah, you could use maybe a little more paint, but you know, it's based on a G1 design. It's pretty simplistic. It's not like a Michael Bay Transformers design or literally any other future Transformers thing after G1. It's just what it is. So I can't really complain, honestly. Maybe if he had like a little more movement in the feet and wrist swivels, but aside from that, he's pretty good. So yeah. So anyways, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share for more, and comment down below what you guys think of Quake right here. So anyways, guys, as always, till LOL, R1.